It was the summer of 1995. I signed up as a volunteer for the world's 4th Conference on Women in Beijing. I work with young women from Southeast Asia, North America, Africa, women from every corner of the world who gathered with one shared purpose. It was there that the seed of gender equality was planted deeply in our hearts. 30 years ago in Huairou, with about 50,000 women from all over the world, excitement was in the air. Even today, I still keep the volunteer t-shirt we wore and a handwritten letter from the conference organizers, a symbol of friendship and shared hope. That year, for the very first time, I felt the world and I understood the meaning of her voice. We planted a seed then, a seed of equality, respect, and women's empowerment. 30 years later, the world has changed, so has China. I've seen women's resilience at the World Trade Organization meetings, in the halls of the United Nations, in war-torn Baghdad, and in snow-covered Davos. Through interviewing the UN Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed, the first female president of the New Development Bank, Dilma Rousseff, the first woman Director General of WTO, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She once told me, countless women are already qualified to lead. From hosting one of China's earliest radio talk shows to working as a correspondent in the United States, from the lady sitting in the back row to senior correspondent, and from there to my own program, World Insight with Tian Wei with my team. Every step of the way has counted. Women of my generation stand tall today because we are standing on the shoulders of those who came before us. In my own family, for example, my grandmother walked miles with her bound feet to bring her daughters to school. Though she was illiterate, she made sure they went to university, no matter the cost. And my mother's generation passed on that belief that education transforms lives and that women must be independent and contribute to both families and society. My family's story is only one among millions in China. Stories of resilience and contribution. Among them is Zhang Guimei, the principal of Huaping High School for Girls in Yunnan, whom I recently interviewed. She founded China's first free senior high school for girls, giving more than 2,000 young women from remote mountainous villages the chance to step out of poverty and into higher education. It is also a collective story, one that shows how sound policy and real implementations can transform lives. Over the past decades, China's targeted poverty alleviation efforts have done more than lifting people out of hardship. They have safeguarded women's basic rights to live, to learn, and to dream. Women who made up half of the impoverished population have gained fair access to resources once out of reach. Health and education programs, housing renovation, and relocation projects have helped millions of rural women build new lives with food on the table, schools for their children, and safe and dignified homes they can truly call their own.
Girls support girls.
If the power of women is a beam of light, it illuminates the infinite potential and possibilities within us all. Women's rights are human rights. That principle was enshrined 30 years ago at the historic World Conference on Women in Beijing. Now, 30 years later, as a host, I stand once again in Beijing to witness, to record, and to tell the world the next chapter of our stories. Because the fight for gender equality never ends, and every woman's voice always matters.